You might be watching Talking Apes, but you're hanging with Dr. Z.
Now listen to me, Caesar. There can be only one talking chimpanzee on Earth. The child of the two talking apes.
20 years back. From the year, Senor Mando, when the two talking apes arrived on Earth.
And we believe that the male and female talking apes have come to us out of the future.
A month before the talking apes arrived on Earth.
From now on, you have but one assignment. To find that talking ape.
He's a performing ape for my circus.
A talking ape?
That idiot!
This chimpanzee...
Get out of retraction immediately. Announce that the talking ape has been apprehended and put to death.
Incredible! The talking apes!
Hey, ape fans, I am Richard Woloski, and I want to welcome you back to Talking Apes. This is your Planet of the Apes podcast where we celebrate the films, the TV shows, the ape community, and the Planet of the Apes comics from 1970s to today. Now, big question here, is there a doctor in the house?
Well, yes, there is. The doctor's always in the house. You should know this by now. If you could pull those bananas out of your non-simian ears. Richard.
Hey
Richard,
there.
did you see a little movie this summer with a certain logo in it with these 4 heroes? Did you notice that, Richard?
Well, you know, since that is a Disney property now, we can talk about the Fantastic Four.
Yes, it was fantastic. Where did you look at this lovely car that I got while I was there?
Whoa. Oh, boy. For anyone not watching on YouTube, you're really missing out on Kevin's toy collection.
Yes. I got it in the other universe. Yay, answer.
So we're mixing Planet of the Apes with the Fantastic Four. You know what? That's a good crossover.
All that means is more ape movies for us. I want them to continue on their current storyline, but if we have to go over here with the Fantastic Four and go to the Planet of the Apes, who's with me? Who's with me? Who's going to Planet of the Apes with the Fantastic Four?
Right here. And
Right.
Since the film did deal with a multiverse, who's to say that they didn't crash on a Planet of the Apes? Oh my God, Marvel, we need to break down this comic series next. Well, first,
Or in the
you
very
got to
near
write
future.
it. Then we'll break it down. Awesome. Well, thank you for showing us your new toy collection. Or was that your pitch to Disney Plus?
That's my pitch to Disney more than anything. That's, clearly they need help right now.
Oh no. let's not bring politics into this.
What?
Never.
Kevin, but what we can bring into this show is this new shirt you're wearing. Well, let's show this off.
Oh, you're wearing a new shirt too, Richard.
Yeah,
Did
not
you have-
only are you wearing a new shirt, but I'm wearing a new shirt right here.
Whoa.
Our new Talking Apes shirts that you designed, Kevin.
Mm-hmm. I wonder if there was a place people could get their hands on such shirts, such fashionably awesome shirts. Where can people
Well,
get these?
there is a place, but first let's do a little fashion show.
There it is. I had to give Dr. Zaius some love here, because usually, gorillas are the main thing. I did do your shirt in Galen green.
Thank you much. Thank you. You came over to personally deliver my new shirt, so I thank you for that. And we did a little photo shoot courtesy of Sarah.
Yes.
And and there's Patrick. Patrick Izzo.
Now look how fashionable Patrick is. See, and he's also in Galen green. There are options.
There are you can get them in many colors and shades. And here you are doing your Apes Together Strong.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just catching up there. But now you ask, where do we get these? Well, we get them right here at our site, which we're going to put in the show notes, okay? It is skywalking through neverland.dashery.com. Once again, that is skywalking through neverland.dashery.com. It'll bring you right there, but we will put this in the show notes as well. Kevin, explain to us these 4 designs you had created.
Well, as you know, I'm a bit of a pop culture fanboy, and so I did the ever popular Straight Outta Compton. But I also thought, what about if you watch the 1968 movie? The Forbidden Zone's a big deal. right? So why not be straight out of the Forbidden Zone too? That could be a thing. That's a big
That makes
deal.
sense.
So we got some action there in those black and white colors. I also wanted to give some love to the general, specifically there in the next one. So we got the general featured. Then I wanted to, we have the old show logo and the old show logo. We all have the from the TV series, right? The three apes with the sun behind them. And man, that was a tough graphic. And I finally found a good one out there and redrew it so that it's nice and crisp and sharp and there's no weird fuzziness and all the lighting's happening. So we got that kind of like our primary show logo, right? And then I wanted to do something with a little Zaius representation.
Oh, you have to.
Right. So we got the general in there, we got Zaius in there, and then we got DJ Taylor coming at you straight out of the Forbidden Zone there.
Is he one of those angry DJs? He always seems like he's angry.
He's in a hurry. That's what I've always seen in that. He just seems like he's running.
Right.
But the main thing here is what I'm looking forward to is seeing what colors the apes out there choose. And I would love to see everybody send your pictures in. When you get your shirt, send us your picture and we'll feature it. I think we could have Patrick post them.
Yeah.
On the old Facebook and Insta thing.
Once again, you can find those at skywalkingthroughneverland.dashery.com.
Right on.
All right, Kevin, now we have got so much going on in this episode. Dr. Z makes his debut as an official guest. And oddly enough, Dana Gould was nowhere to be found. As soon as Dr. Z showed up, Dana was nowhere around. I don't know why and how that worked, but it did.
Do I get to explain the catastrophe that happened for me here? Quickly. So I bought the ticket. I've been excited for a week. At the beginning of that, when we bought the tickets, my wife was just getting a sinus cold. I managed to avoid it all the way up until the night before. Woke up day of, and bango, sinus infection. Checked, no COVID, no strep, but lo and behold, I had a cold. Oh, and here's the breaking news you didn't know. On top of all that I didn't share with you, and this might be TMI for some people, but I also decided it'd be fun to pass a kidney stone too. So, yes, while you were having all the fun with Dr. Z, I was in absolute turmoil. And then here's where it gets even uglier, or more beautiful, however you want to say this. I was like pretty much better by Wednesday. It was the shortest illness I've ever had. I bounced back and I'm like, okay, I'm pretty good now. Because my voice was a little worn out from all the coughing. But essentially I was like, if I didn't have bad luck, I'd have no luck at all. So there it is.
Well, we all missed you. We all missed you, and we were looking forward to having you there during this moment. Here I am sitting down with Dr. Z, and we had. I don't want to rub it in, but we had a really fun and amazing chat, and a big thank you also to Patrick, who helped throw in some questions for the good doctor. But also, I got to point out Dave Scale and Jeff Caffrey. They were my videographers who helped capture this little interview we did.
Which one lucked out with my ticket? Was it Dave?
No, that was Jeff Caffrey.
Oh, Jeff. Okay.
Yes, and he couldn't have been more gracious. Sorry that you were sick, but he'd never seen Dr. Z, and he was really excited.
Hey, Kevin, it's Jeff Caffrey. I was super stoked to go see Dr. Z. Thanks again for the ticket. I hope you feel better.
And we saw him at the Dynasty Typewriter Theater right here in Los Angeles, and he's there quite often. Dana Gould is there quite often, as is Dr. Z. So it will happen again, Kevin. You will get a chance to meet the good doctor. You guys can have a Zaius off. But is he an official Zaius? Well, you know what? We're going to get into that in our discussion. Also coming up, we are going to break down the third of 4 issues of Marvel's Beware of the Planet of the Apes comic series, the penultimate issue. I am looking forward to this. It's getting better and better. And like we always say, why is it only 4 issues? We always say this too. If there was ever a time to watch Talking Apes on YouTube, this is the time, because you don't want to miss these beautiful comic panels.
Both are fat. This is you're stacking facts here, like a tiramisu. It's all facts, because yes, there's the beautiful artwork, there's the Dr. Z interview, there's the new shirts. It's worth looking at. If you're listening to this, my God, man, find your way to YouTube.
Yeah, but we always got to say, if you're listening to it, thank you for listening. Thank you. But if you want to double your pleasure, hop over there to the Skywalking Through Neverland YouTube channel, and you can also get notifications for when these shows are released.
Yeah, listening to us is awesome, and you can go from awesome to epic. You can be awesome and epic if you do both.
Now, before we move on to this big show, we have a few anniversaries to note. All right, so on September the 13th, we celebrated the 51st year of the Planet of the Apes TV series. Last year, we did a big breakdown, a big anniversary breakdown. I can't wait to celebrate the 100 years of the Planet of the Apes TV series. That
awesome.
is coming up. Also, on the 16th of September, we celebrated the return to the Planet of the Apes animated series, and that was released September 16th, 1975, whereas the live-action series was September 13th, 1974. But now, this is the 50th year for the return to the Planet of the Apes series. And how are we going to celebrate this, Kevin? Well, don't say anything. It's going to be a big surprise for our Halloween episode.
All right.
I can't wait. And speaking of next month, I'll get ahead of myself here. We're going to celebrate our 11th year of Talking Apes.
Wow. We should celebrate with banana daiquiris.
Done and done. Done and done. And put that on the list of things to do. Banana. How do you spell daiquiri?
With a D.
D. Okay. Gotcha.
Okay.
All right. Got it down. All right. Now let's kick things off with my night hanging with Dr. Z.
Well, Richard, for those who don't know what hanging with Dr. Z is, could you explain that a little bit?
Yeah, Dr. Z he's a talk show host, personality with a retro 1960s vibe. Think Dean Martin, think Frank Sinatra of that era there, Jack Parr right before Johnny Carson took over the Tonight Show. He's of that generation. You know, the always smoking a cigarette and always having a martini in his hand, although there was no smoking or drinking in this theater while up on stage. So Dr. Z was doing none of that.
He's the simian hip Hollywood insider.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah. That's
gotcha there.
Yeah.
And he posts a lot of his little comedy bits and his interviews on his Hanging with Dr. Z channel. So I would definitely recommend subscribing to the Hanging with Dr. Z YouTube channel as well. All right, now this is a clip from his monologue where he definitely has his finger on the pulse of today.
We live in a time where you wake up in the morning and you feel that the world has gone insane. And then you turn on the news and learn that somehow overnight it managed to get worse. Anyway.
Oh, Dr. Z. Be careful, doctor. Be careful. You don't want to get canceled.
Yes.
But he's right. You go to sleep one night, you wake up in the morning, and the world is just spiraling more than it had been the night before.
He doesn't want to hear that knocking on his door and hear Ursus on the other side going, "Open up!"
Yeah, I'm not working for the FCC. Get in the Jeep 23F. That's for you. Now, I gotta say, this show was much better than the last time I had seen the Dr. Z show.
I was just gonna ask you that.
Yeah, this had a better format. The last time he came out, did his monologue, and then he would introduce the guest, his comedian guest, and they would do their set. He would come back out again, introduce the next one, and then the next one. But this time he did the whole kit and caboodle from his desk.
Oh, like the Tonight Show, like the old Tonight Show.
Yes. Yes.
Well, I like that. I like that a lot.
Oh yeah, me too. Me too. I like that so much better because we had more Dr. Z. And you can't go wrong there. And I when I get to this theater, I always run for the front. I always charge so I can get shots like this here.
Everything's better with more Dr. Z. I believe even Dr. Z would agree with me on that one.
I know. Okay, now here is the setup. Can you see him all the way over there to the right?
Yeah.
He doesn't have a desk, but he's got more of like an Archie Bunker chair.
Sure.
And then there are his 3 comedian guests, which include Laurie Kilmartin, Chris Estrada, and Andy Daly playing the part of L. Ron Hubbard. All right, now I'm sure you're wondering, but wait a minute, was there any talk about Tim Burton's Planet of the Apes? Was that what you were wondering there, Kevin?
Sure, why not?
Well, then, here is a clip of Chris Estrada telling the story of seeing Tim Burton's Planet of the Apes, and I'm so glad that you were wondering that.
And she broke up with me right before the movie started. And then I sat there, and then throughout the movie, I tried to talk to her, and she kept saying, I just want to watch the movie.
That's how you know she's dishonest.
Terrible movie.
Yeah. Tim Burton I've seen photos of him with an iPhone.
Yes.
My point is, he could have called me.
Yes. They got your old buddy to be in it.
Everybody.
Charleston Heston plays Zaius.
Chuck was a delight.
Oh.
Chuck, you couldn't hate the guy.
Yeah, you can't.
You couldn't hate the guy.
Yeah.
We had arguments about politics because he was very conservative, and then I'd be like, Chuck Heston, you so-and-so, get out of my trailer. 10 minutes later, open the door, I made you an ambrosia salad. You couldn't hate it. And he should have worn a conical hat with stars and a half moon because he was a whiz in the kitchen.
There you go. You asked for it, and there you have it. Some Tim Burton in your Dr. Z show.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a cosplayer over here. She came in all the way from Florida to see this show.
Wow.
Yeah. And there's me getting Dr. Z's autograph. I said, hey, you know what? Dr. Z, got a friend Kevin, couldn't make it today. Let's give him let's sign a poster for him to make him feel better. And then he dropped it off on your doorstep the day after this.
That's true. It's out getting framed. I'm getting it framed.
Oh. Now, oddly enough, I had a run-in with Dr. Z's alter ego, Dana Gould, at the Chicago airport just a few weeks ago and told him that we were coming to the show, and he couldn't have been more gracious. We couldn't have been happier. We talked for a little bit, and I told him, yeah, you were on Talking Apes, and he remembered, and he just couldn't have been nicer and more approachable. And I reached out to his people and
stalker. Oh, sorry.
yeah. But you know what? I saw him pass by, and it's like, is that? I said to Sarah, I think I just saw Dana Gould, but you can see here he's wearing his baseball cap and wearing his glasses. So
he's in disguise.
I've had the misfortune of going up to people and going, "Hey, Mark Hamill, it's you!" It's like, oh, I'm so sorry. That's happened many times before, so I didn't want to do that. But Sarah was like, just, and he was standing in line like 3 people up from us, and Sarah said, just go and say hello. So I said, Dana, and he turns around, and I'm so glad that we did because we really connected. And at the show, he remembered the whole airport interaction, and I did reach out to his people and ask, hey, after the show, can we get a few minutes with Dr. Z? She said, yeah. You know what? We're gonna make it happen. So a big thank you to Dana's assistant Candace and Dr. Z's assistant as well.
Wow, she's got double duty.
Yes,
that's a lot to wrangle between Dana and the doctor.
All right, Kevin, are you ready for the interview, the big discussion with Dr. Z?
I am ready.
We are literally hanging here with Dr. Z. Dr. Z, welcome to Talking Apes.
Thank you. You know, for years, I was the only talking ape in Hollywood, and I didn't begrudge the other actors in what I call now ape face, but it's always nice to be respected as the original.
Your show tonight, respect to the nth level degree. That was an amazing show.
You know, I was born in a little town called Vaudeville, USA. And I was taught two things, showmanship and pizzazz. And to always leave them wanting more. Two things. And I think that we pulled that off tonight.
Where did the name Dr. Z come from? Now, can I hypothesize here?
Sure, please.
Now, there's multiverses and alternate universes in Planet of the Apes. You're Dr. Z. There is a Dr. Zaius.
Sure.
I'm wondering if Dr. Zaius had come into this reality and pushed you into just a Dr. Z.
There's show and there's business. And Dr. Zaius is all business. And I'm show. I don't know if you've ever seen Mulholland Drive,
Yes.
the Lynch film. You know, everybody has a doppelganger. And that's how it works. I'm all about two things. I'm a doctor of showmanship with a master's in pizzazz. And that's what I'm all about. I'm about entertaining. I've been in a lot of work. I've been in a lot of movies. I've been a hoofer. I've been a singer. I worked with Dean, Sammy, Frank, the Ramones, Blondie. I've done it all. I've gone out camping with Stephen Stills and woke up 6 months later on Ray Manzarek's roof. And I've lived to tell the tale.
Oh my goodness. All right, now, so the Z, though, can we assume that stands for Zaius?
No, it's Solomon Zed.
Solomon Zed.
Solomon Zed.
Oh, new information here.
New information, yeah.
All right, now, because that Dr. Zaius, he's not too kind on humans. He doesn't like humans.
No, it's the id and the ego. He is if you imagine if Mitch McConnell looked a little less like an ape, he'd be Dr. Zaius. Some people see the glass half empty, some people see the glass half full. Some people see the glass and think, I could smash that over the head of my enemies. That's Mitch. That's Zaius, not me. I'm all about the love.
Very happy to hear that.
As Jerry Lewis once said, if it's got the laughs and the love and the hugs, it'll be a thing.
All right, now complete this sentence. A good human is a...
A good human is a living human.
Okay,
because a living human is a returning customer. A dead human is not going to buy your album and come back the next tour.
Mind blown here, mind blown. Now, before the show, we saw a slide presentation of films and TV shows that you were in. My mind was blown because I didn't see anything from that little TV series called Batman. Why were you not on? You would make the great Batman villain.
I was on Batman. I was the original Mr. Freeze. That clip should have been in the show. And I'm going to tell you something. Adam West, the best to ever do it.
Right.
That guy, I would crawl over glass for that guy.
Okay.
There was a time, you go to a party at Ruth Buzzy's, you have a brownie that you think is just a brownie. You come to 4 days later in a laundromat in Prescott, Arizona, with nothing but an apron. You got one phone call, you call Adam West. And he will chart a copter from Fox, and you'll be back in your house by dinner. That's the kind of guy. Burt Ward, can't say the same thing about him.
Oh, Burgess Meredith?
Burgess, he was fine.
Okay.
But West, R.J. Wagner, that's as good as it gets.
Okay. If you were in one of those scenes where maybe you poked your head through the window, what's one of the jabs you would give to Batman and Robin?
Oh, I think I did that, and I can get to the film. I think I would have said, "Oh, the dynamic duo. Always nice to see 2 men and 4 pairs of pantyhose."
They would have appreciated that, as would the kids watching.
You know, I worry about the effect of tights on their reproductive system, but that's not my concern.
All right.
You don't want things to get too hot for the troops.
No, not whatsoever. Another show, The Monkees.
Oh.
Yeah.
Spelled with 2 E's, not a Y, so
Yeah.
I took no offense.
I thought maybe you could have a show where the Monkees could perform on the Dr. Z show.
That would be lovely. I know Mickey is a delight. I knew Mike was a delight. I didn't know Pete. I didn't know Davey. But I got no qualm with I have no qualm with the boys. Not the same thing about the Eagles.
What happened there?
This is all I'm going to say about the Eagles. They're not they're not good old country boys. Let's put it this way: the song Peaceful, Easy Feeling was written by a guy who'd been up for 7 days on cocaine. You tell me.
So
I don't think a Peaceful, Easy Feeling was anywhere on that man's personal horizon.
So the Eagles are no monkeys.
The Eagles are no monkeys, my friend.
Love to hear that. All right, now, before we wrap it up, I'm going to throw out a couple of names, and you tell me the first thing that comes to your mind.
Love to.
Pete and Alan.
Pete and Alan?
Yes. The second set of astronauts that fell to the Earth.
Oh! Verdon and Burke.
Yes.
Oh.
Pete and Alan. Yeah, that last name, Verdon and Burke, yes.
For two men to be in their situation and still have access to that much hair mousse, I tip my hat.
All right.
I tip my hat.
All right. Second name, Charo.
Charo. Christmas Eve, 1976, and then a keg of penicillin.
Paul Williams.
A delight. A delight. I would give the man my kidney if I hadn't already given him two.
All right. Lastly, Bobby Porter.
Bobby Porter. I love my Bobby. Bobby Porter, Lou Wagner, these guys, they're the best. I can't say enough good about them. I can't say enough good about them. And Linda Harrison, call me back.
Yeah.
Call me back.
Write me back, okay? Write me back.
She'll do it.
All right. Now, Kevin Toft couldn't make it here because he was sick. So, as the good doctor, what can you say to Kevin to cheer him up?
Kevin, get better soon. Plenty of fluids. Get some sleep. We need you back here. There's a Kevin Toft-sized hole in my life, and I don't like it.
And how about just a hello to Patrick Izzo?
Patrick, it's Dr. Z. Call me back. As far as I'm concerned, this feud is over. I want you back in my life.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Z. How much fun was that? Once again, I don't want to keep rubbing it in your face, but how much fun was that?
Hey, but you know what? I got a personal shout out. I don't think he knows how tall I am. He might have phrased that a little differently about the size of the hole. For those of you who don't know, I'm like 6'7", 350. I was, as soon as he said that, I'm like, great Scott, man. You maybe a smaller hole, maybe a cantaloupe-sized hole.
Yeah, and like always, we always bring the ape fan community with us. So I made sure he gave you a shout out and Patrick Izzo a shout out. Next time I'll bring like a whole scroll. Say, hey, can you give David Braun a shout out? Can you give Marc Anthony a shout out? And everyone, Anthony Pomez, just give everyone a big shout out, would you?
Yeah, this is it's from our lawgiver. Read this.
You know, maybe. All right, Kevin. So I'm so glad that we got a chance to sit down with Dr. Z. Next time, we're going to put you in carbonite so you don't get sick, so you'll be able to make it with us.
I'm going to sequester myself before.
All right. Now let's break down the third issue of Marvel's Beware of the Planet of the Apes comic titled Welcome to the Hominidae Empire. All right, now, this issue came out March 20th, 2024, and was written by Marc Guggenheim, art by Alvaro Lopez, and the Beneath the Planet of the Apes excerpts were written by Doug Moe-nch, art by Alfredo Alcala. The cover artist here is Taurin Clarke. All right, Kevin, what is your reaction to this cover art?
Well, first and foremost, well drawn as usual. I like the coloring. I like the graphic novel style look of everything. But wow, I'm trying to figure out what the glowing eyes are. They radioactive? Are they zombies? Have they just been out all night partying with Dr. Z? Could that possibly be? I don't know. But I love it. It's exciting because you're like, oh my gosh, what's happening here? And there's blood. There looks like there's kind of like blood splatters. So somebody's getting the bananas beaten out of them.
Yeah, just I can see where they're going with the hypnotic red eyes, but it wasn't until like right now where I figured it out. But I don't want to. That's a spoiler, so I won't say anything more. But I do love these possessed gorillas. We've never seen something like this before. And here we have Cornelius. He's reaching out to the reader, pleading for help.
Yeah.
So how could you not pick up this issue just to save him? All right, now let's see what the apes in the Facebook group had to say. And we'll start with Max Cervantes. He says, looks like there was an ape zombie attack. I'm trying to be positive, but this just seems like they're grasping at straws story-wise.
Oh.
Personally, I think the whole zombie thing in media is played out and tired. I don't think he's wrong. I'm not one for zombies. Ironically, I do like The Last of Us. But I do think the whole zombie thing has been played out. It's time to move on. We tired and exhausted the vampire genre. Now we doing the same thing to zombies. Let's move on to something else. Maybe a werewolf or.
Well, they do they do that, and then they come out with new ideas and it sort of reintroduces them, like that. People that came up with the idea of sparkling vampires, that was new. Like you said, Last of Us, that was a more scientific zombie based on the fungus, so anytime there's an innovation on it, it's not just always the same brains, that's, I like to see new ideas once in a while, and we don't know they're zombies. They could, like I said, they could have been partying with Dr. Z. I mean, they could have just had a late night.
Yeah, Marvel just did a whole big zombie thing with their Marvel heroes and, swipe. I just get no interest in zombies. That's me personally. All right, now Alan Quick, he says, been waiting patiently to go ape with Talking Apes with your new episode. So not so much on the cover art, just that he has been waiting for another episode. Thank you, Alan. Anthony Marc says, this post makes me so happy. So once again, not so much a critique on the cover art, just people are happy for Talking Apes. All right, I'll take that.
Or he might be saying he liked zombies. I don't, without any clarification there, I kind of in the middle.
Mm-hmm. All right, Patrick Izzo says the possessed eyes of the gorillas make this a perfect Halloween episode.
How about that? See,
so we'll start our Talking Apes Halloween episodes with this one here. This will be part 1 because we have a big part 2 coming up next month, which Patrick is going to join us as we break down the 4th issue of the Beware the Planet of the Apes comic series with a special surprise. Now, this issue has a couple of variant covers here. So, Kevin, which one of these variants do you like the best? And do you like that one better than the one that we got?
I like the original. I see what they did here, but I just love the colors, the rich colors, and I like the way that I like the focal point.
Of which one?
The original one.
This one.
This is like, it pulls your eye in, and there's a sense of urgency. I mean, the other one's just a fight, and then there's Nova kind of blending in with the troops, gonna maybe carve her name in the back of one of the gorillas. I don't know, but
there's no action in the Nova cover.
Yeah, there's just seething potential action, and then there's a lot of action in the other one. But the colors are all washed out. It's well drawn. I don't want to take anything away. Colors are washed out. The poses are good. When you go to the original one, it's so vibrant and it grabs you and it pulls you in, kind of like what's happening to Cornelius. But look at those colors. I mean, which one would you?
The colors, on the one that they gave us with
it's a brilliant drawing. It's a great pose, and I mean, look at that. I mean, it's.
Yeah.
Not that there wasn't there's a lot of work in those other two. I don't want to, I'm an artist, so I don't like it when people, say this, that, the art on the other ones is not bad. Let me be clear about that. But the setup, the vibrance, the intensity of the other one, it just pulls me in more than the other two. So it's just a preference thing.
Yeah. Well, I couldn't agree more. Yeah. Like you said, I really love the way the fact that Cornelius is right in the middle and he's pulling the reader in. These other two don't really have much to do with the issue. It's like the artist didn't get the breakdown of the issue before they painted these covers.
Find another book to put those on. Maybe does it have to be for this one? I don't know. We'll see.
All right, now the synopsis of this storyline goes as such. All right, Kevin, are you settled in?
Settled. Ready.
All right. Zira's nephew Lucius went missing. It is with great trepidation that they turn to a human ally, a young woman who will someday earn the name Nova. But the search for Lucius brings them all deeper into the Forbidden Zone, which is forbidden for a reason. Do you know what they sell there?
Straight out of the Forbidden Zone T-shirts.
Yes, they
Right.
do. Yeah, a little cross promotion there.
Mm-hmm.
The search for Lucius brings Cornelius and Zira, along with their human guide Nova, deep into the Forbidden Zone and find the ruins of an ancient stadium, unaware that a society of telepathic mutated humans reside within. The colony's leader, Ivana, reveals that Lucius is being held prisoner by the dreaded Hominidai Empire, an ape city controlled by militant gorillas.
I haven't seen a non-militant gorilla in any ape content, folks. Help me, someone.
Yeah, that's just redundant.
Yeah.
The story begins as Zira, Cornelius, Nova, and Lila, and as a reminder, she's one of the mutated humans from Hope's colony.
Yep.
They watch the gorilla city from above. Cornelius is amazed that he has never heard of this other ape city before, and Ivana points out that she has never heard of his society either. Now, this might be a growing moment for Cornelius, because as a scientist, he's learning that there's a whole other world outside of Ape City.
Kind of like Ariel in The Little Mermaid.
Oh no, he exclaims. He sees a barely conscious Lucius being dragged by two gorilla soldiers. Zira begins to charge down the cliff until Nova reaches out and holds her head. Cornelia says, Dark Eyes doesn't want you to go, Zira, and she's right. They'll kill you if you go down there, if any of us go down there. After giving it some thought, Zira says, I know what I have to do. She returns to Hope's colony and speaks with Ivana, who once again is dressed like a Jedi. I can't help but not point that out.
Yeah.
And she says that they have had a fragile peace with the Hominidai Empire for generations. And Zira says that if they kidnapped and tortured Lucius, then that means they are planning an invasion. I'm not sure where she's going with this. I think she's like pulling at straws.
I just want to say how well they capture the Kim Hunter, how well drawn she is, how well drawn Zira is.
Yeah. All right, now, Ivana comes back with, of Ape City, I hate to be blunt, Zira, but what happens among apes is not my people's affair. So I understand where Zira's going here.
Mm-hmm.
She's doing anything to get the Hope's colony forces to invade Hominidai just so she can sneak in and save Lucius and be out of there. She's kind of throwing this colony under a bus. Zira points out that if they invade Ape City for their territory, then these militant gorillas will come here next. I'm beginning to dislike Zira here. Zira keeps reiterating that war is coming. She then asks for Ivana to look into her mind to see if there's any doubt. And all that Ivana can see is that Zira believes war is coming, not that it actually is coming. All right, now later, Ivana, with some of her council, who tells her that war is actually coming and that the gorillas are preparing for battle. And it's naive to think that they're willing to fight their own instead of the humans. In another part of the encampment, Cornelius gets on Zira for trying to convince these people that war is coming to them, just so they will attack the Hominidai Empire and save Lucius. So Cornelius and I are on the same side with this.
Right.
It's not fair, Zira.
She's desperate.
Yes, yeah. I get it. I get her side. Cornelius wants to save him too, but he's just worried about the cost. Ivana then tells Nova that she has nothing to fear here at Hope's Point. Then something really weird happens. She pulls Nova into her mind, where everything is now in the story of the Wizard of Oz. This really confused me, but I like it. I like this.
I thought maybe a different page got inserted or something else.
Yeah, but Ivana, she is now the Scarecrow, and Nova is Dorothy. Maybe this is the Halloween episode. Nova speaks and asks where they are. Ivana responds, in my mind, the memory of a story I once read as a child. Now, I'm surprised they didn't go with like a Disney property, like a Beauty and the Beast. Maybe like you had mentioned, Little Mermaid, something to tie in Disney with Planet of the Apes. Oh, that would be awesome.
Missed opportunity.
It really is. She then asks Nova what she thinks about this difficult decision which Zira laid out. Nova knows that she is talking about starting a war with the gorillas. She then says, I may be mute, I'm just not stupid. Good on you, Nova. Ivana, still as the Scarecrow, asks Nova if she remembers their conversation of Mendez. Nova says yes, and that he will be there at the end of the world. Now, as a flashback to Beneath the Planet of the Apes, Nova and Brent are in the mutant caves, and Ivana says that it will not be controlled by the Hominidae, so that maybe they had been defeated by then.
Like I said, and I'll say it again, but I love the flashback, the way they use the old comic window.
Mm-hmm.
It really helps you see it as a flashback to something that already happened.
Or will happen in their future. And once again,
Right.
they're pulling from the actual comic. These aren't
Right.
redrawn.
Right.
This is from the actual adaptation comic.
Yes.
Love that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Now, back to the land of Oz, Nova then wonders if leading the Hominidae into the Forbidden Zone saves the world, or as Ivana points out, that maybe the opposite is true. She then adds, it's a dangerous thing, isn't it, trying to change the future? Now, on Ivana's side of the panel, we see dozens of flying crows, and then if you look on Nova's side of the panel, there's a twister, very symbolic that death and chaos are coming.
Dun, 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 dun.
This needs to be another shirt right there. I love that.
Right?
All right, now, at Colonel Jarl's headquarters at the Hominidae Empire's compound, two guards drag a barely conscious Lucius inside and drop him down. Jarl offers some water, seeing how he has not had any food or water in days. So maybe Jarl's not bad after all. Or is he? Lucius then asks what he wants, and Jarl responds that if he gives him what he wants, the beatings and the torture will just be an unpleasant memory, and he'll be returned home. And return for some information. There's always a catch. Always a catch. All right, now, back at Hope's Point, Ivana tells Zira she has made her decision. They will attack the gorillas. She says that she has the weapons coming and tells Kennard to ready anyone who is able to fight. They will march before dusk. Zira asks if that is her plan, to just charge into the enemy's territory, and Ivana says, my plan is to simply walk into the enemy's territory. Oh, how will this work out?
Saunter.
Maybe a strut. It is dusk, which means Ivana and her troops are on the move. Dozens of soldiers on horseback approach two gorilla guards. Now, are they sauntering? Are they strutting? What are they doing here?
Sashaying, actually.
They're sashaying right by those gorillas who aren't doing anything. They're just watching them stroll on by.
But now they're crossing with another property because now they're all Fremen. Because their eyes are blue. Their eyes are blue like Fremen from Dune.
Oh, I've got to watch Dune to know what that means.
No. Oh,
I know.
Jedi Tink, this is an emergency.
Moving right along here. Ivana's army is now inside the compound, and no one is paying any attention to them. Cornelius asks Ivana how this is possible. She says that she and Lila are clouding their minds, and Lila says that she can't keep the illusion up much longer. Ivana then tells Kennard that she needs him to find their records and anything on a man named Mendez. Who was Mendez? Well, he was this guy here.
Dun.
The mutant leader from Beneath the Planet of the Apes.
Behold the truth that abides in us. Reveal that truth unto that maker.
Ivana gives the signal and her army attacks. The war breaks out and a gorilla soldier pulls Cornelius off of his horse and shouts, "Traitor! Human lover!" Sergeant Oddhild alerts Colonel Jarl of the attack and tells him the humans just walked in somehow. Maybe he should have said they strolled in. They sauntered.
Yes.
They sashayed. Jarl orders to saddle up his mount so he can take the fight to the hairless beasts, and to have 3 guards watch over their prisoner. He knows that this is not just a coincidence that they are under attack. Zara attempts to find Lucius. Her horse is hit with a spear and she goes flying. As she gets up, she sees that she is up against several battle-ready, angry gorillas led by Colonel Jarl. Oh, that's a great panel. Is it redundant to say angry gorillas, or are we just assuming they're all always angry?
I would say they all have the temperament of the gorillas from the old American Tourister commercials.
Jumping up and down on suitcases?
And throwing them around, you know.
Now I gotta find that commercial.
Yes.
All right, Kevin, I'm gonna need you to provide this sound effect here, okay? A gorilla thumps Cornelius in the face. Lila sees this and puts the gorilla in a magical trance until, oh no, Kevin, oh no, until she is pierced through the chest by another gorilla. Oh, all right, that's one down. I hope Zara feels bad about this. Ivana sees this and shouts, "You damn dirty apes! I'm going to force you all to kill yourselves for that." But just then, Colonel Snarl grabs Ivana by the throat and threatens to slowly kill her for this affront, but only after he's killed every human like bugs. Meanwhile, Nova races through the gorillas on horseback, knocking them over one by one.
Bonk.
A gorilla then leaps from a high perch onto Nova and knocks her down. His gloved hands are choking the life out of her. Today is the day you die. Now, Kevin, will she live? Will she die? We'll have to wait until the next issue when Beware the Planet of the Apes concludes with Showdown in the Forbidden Zone.
Oh, she lives. I assure you, she's dating the right producer.
Touche. All right, now, Kevin, let's do our afterthoughts on this particular issue here. Like we keep on saying, I'll go first if you don't mind.
Sure.
I really wish they had time to explore Cornelius's growth. He had that one moment in the beginning where he realizes there's another ape city out there. There's more societies. What a great growing moment for a scientist. And I really wished we could explore that more with more issues.
They're going to kill them that put a fifth issue into this to do a little exploration there, right?
Yeah. Or even spin that off. It's been a year. It's been over a year now, and I haven't seen any spin-offs. You look at the Marvel Star Wars comics, and there's a spin-off going on every 6 hours.
Oh, they spin their spin-offs. Yes.
There's so many great stories to explore with this series alone. There's so many ways to spin off. And now, I don't still get the Wizard of Oz part, but, fun visuals.
It's just what stories were told to her when she was a child. I mean, if it would have taken the same turn had she read Lord of the Flies when she was a youngster, and they would have been standing there with.
Oh, I get that, but why go there? Maybe they thought, hey, you know what? This is getting a little too stagnant. Let's throw some fun visuals in here, and it worked. It definitely worked.
Could have got really exciting if it was From Here to Eternity. Never mind. Moving on.
Or Any Which Way But Loose.
Yeah, well, there you go. Anything to get an orangutan in there.
All right. So what are your thoughts on this issue?
I'm still excited to see how this all pans out. I mean, I like the action, right? I obviously it's not the best premise to go to war. Hey, go to war so we can save my nephew. But it's interesting. I feel like they didn't have, like, she didn't have to push them too hard to go to war. It wasn't like this big decision. It was like, yeah, we were thinking about it anyways. You know what I mean?
All of a sudden, Ivana says, yeah, okay, we'll do it. We'll do it.
Sure.
Well, I know the council talked, said, hey, the war is coming, so let's just bring it to them before they bring it to us. So
yeah, that kind of mentality is like, well, we were thinking about it anyways. Anyways, it's a good episode. I enjoyed it. I like this story. I'm enjoying it. So there it is. I said it. So I want to see how this all pans out, and I like the way they're doing this. Like I said, this series is great. The way they're using the flashback panels, flash forward panels. What are you going to say? Using the classic style.
The flash forward, flashback.
Yeah, to show stuff. I like the way it's drawn. It's a pleasure. So yeah, I'm digging it.
All right, well, good news is that you don't have to wait another 3 months because we're going to come back next month in October to finish out this series with our good friend and the Facebook Talking Apes admin, Patrick Izzo.
Yeah. Always glad to have Patrick on.
Well, that does it for this episode of Talking Apes. A big thanks to Dana Gould and Dr. Z and both of their assistants, Candace. Thank you one and for all for making this happen. Also, let us know your comments on this issue of Beware the Planet of the Apes in the show's post. If you're just listening to us, we appreciate it, but if you really want the full effect, then you must go to our YouTube channel. You can go to the Skywalking Through Neverland YouTube network, to the channel over there, and subscribe, and you'll get all of the notifications when the new Talking Apes episodes, when they are released. I'm not going to say drop because I don't want to drop an episode. We're going to release an episode. Yes, I'm old school that way.
And everything you said is a win-win for our audience, right?
Mm-hmm.
You click, subscribe, like and subscribe. I don't understand the disparity there. We get people watch, but they don't like, or it's weird, but we'd like both if you don't mind. We'll take a like and a subscribe.
Yes, couldn't agree more. And a big thank you to Patrick Izzo for taking care of the Talking Apes Facebook group. He's been doing a great job posting so many great posts on eBay content to anniversaries. Thank you for keeping up with that. We also want to thank Rob Dellinger, who composed the theme to Talking Apes. Please check out his band at alpharhythmkings.com.
Those Alpha Rhythm Kings are fantastic. You should check them out.
All right, Kevin, get ready for this part. We are part of the Skywalking Network. Where you can find other great shows like the Max Effects Podcast, the Neverland Clubhouse, Totally Tell Me Everything, Star Warsologies, and the flagship show, Skywalking Through Neverland. And catch our YouTube, keep mentioning YouTube, catch our YouTube shows, Today in Star Wars History and Collectopolis. Kevin, any Collectopolis updates?
Well, we're gonna try to get one done here very soon. I don't know if it's going to be, it's the one I want to do next because it's one I feel like we need to do is we need to catch up with Props to History. Because if you go there and look now, we did an episode with Props to History before things happened and all his dreams came true, and I want to talk to him. I want to update the audience because it's a really cool story. If you go back and watch that episode and where he was and where he is today, he manifested destiny. He made it happen. His dreams came true, and we want to catch up with him and go over all his stuff. So we think that's a good idea.
Love to hear when people, they take that extra effort and their dreams do come true. It's all it takes.
Oh, he put the effort in for sure.
Now, stay tuned for bloopers and other fun bits that didn't make it into the show right after the credits. So until next time, this is Richard.
And this is Kevin.
Now, go ape and...
Together, apes strong.
Thank you. All right, I'm going to take you off, and I will bring you up in a few seconds. Hey, Ape fans, I am Richard Woloski, and I want to welcome you back to Talking Apes. This is your Planet of the Apes podcast, where we celebrate the films, the TV shows, the ape community, and the classic Marvel Star Wars... Oh, not the Star Wars comics. My bad.